everybody, welcome to the newest episode of the Bearded Gamer Show. As always, I'm your host with the awesome beard, Chris Arnone. How about a good controller confessional? So the other day I was looking through some of the gaming news and I saw that apparently the folks behind Fallout New Vegas had missed the mark on MetaCritic to get bonuses by 1 point. And this reminded me of a problem that I have, and its name is MetaCritic. In fact, its name is Mark Doyle, the guy who's behind MetaCritic, at least the gaming side. It's one guy, really, it's one guy. Now, for a long time, we at Gamer Review, I still do write reviews for them, VG Charts, more formally, which is, by the way, by traffic, the 20th largest gaming site in the world, is not on there. We had tried multiple times and they wouldn't allow us in. And what's bothersome is it's one guy and he kept giving us different reasons. And, we'd even had people like, Jesse Divnish who talked to him and he pretty much just said he really just didn't like our site. And this is my problem with MetaCritic. It's something that these gaming companies are looking to as a metric, as a hardcore metric of how successful their game is, when it's so much driven by the subjectivity of one man. Now, what would make sense to me is if you say, well, to get on MetaCritic, you need to have maybe, say, traffic above a certain threshold and number of reviews per month average above a certain threshold. That would prove to me that you have a successful site that people like to go to and you have a dedication toward doing game reviews. I mean, those are really the two things that you need to look for in a good gaming review site. Now, every review is subjective, so there's certain writers, certain sites that everyone will tend to follow. But if you're trying to compile all that data into a meta score, as it's become known, that's how it should work. It shouldn't be based on the subjectivity of one guy. Plus, he does weighted stuff. He weights different outlets differently, which just, to me, isn't quite fair. And I think it's because he has this subjectivity. So he has some small sites on there that he doesn't give as much weight to versus things like IGN and GameSpot. Well, if you had set metrics to say you have to beat these metrics to be on there, you don't have to do weighting. And so there's just too much power in the hands of one guy and too much reliance by the industry on what this one guy does. And so that's my problem there. And maybe, hey, they won't let me write reviews anymore because I'm saying this, but you know what? It's how I honestly feel. MetaCritic has a good purpose, but it's flawed. It's too skewed. It's too subjective. And if you're trying to combine all these subjective reviews into a score, a solid, objective score, that's not the way to do it. All right, I'm off my soapbox and done with this episode. We'll see you next time.